This has been labelled something of a fake stunt for charity, a fake stunt for PR to make people believe, of course, that when you attend something like this, it's all about the good of the individuals, not necessarily your on brand, your exactly sort of influencer power, whatever you want to call it. We're talking, of course, about that infamous visit to New York City way back in 2021. And a couple of days ago, we told you first and exclusive here on the channel how Netflix really bypassed a lot of that footage because really there wasn't anything there. This is the problem, as I've said to you before, when you have two complete people who have never made a program before and there's nobody really guiding them, or they won't take advice. What you come back with is simply just bits of footage of them waving or meetings that you're not allowed to film. Who wants to watch that? But the bigger issue now, this is really taking hold, and this is very damaging for Meghan Markle in particular, is this particular scene at the Harlem school where she popped along to interview her book, interview children and read to the children her book, The Bench, which wasn't a success at that point. But, Penguin Random House, as you can see from these emails, were desperate to get in on the act. Once again, they shelled out a lot of money for a dud, and they thought this might invigorate it. It simply didn't. But what's interesting, as we now know, is everything that circled around that particular event. The fact that children were not allowed to, or parents were not allowed to put things on social media about how dull that situation was, or indeed anything about the event in any negativity. Now, in the fairness and balance, as we always say on this channel, I've seen this many times before with celebrities. You go along and interview them, and basically they want the questions in advance. You can't sort of deviate from those questions, and every second question basically has to mention the product. You can't get round it. Whatever people say, it's all very well people criticizing individuals and attacking, say, personal looks and stuff. It's not really about that. It's about the product. That's why you're there. Now, for Meghan and Harry, this, as I say, is proving very difficult because now, as one can imagine, documentary makers, big ones that would normally have supported them, particularly over in the United States, are circulating around that school. And apparently people are willing now to go on camera and discuss what it was like, the visit. Because of the Freedom of Information Act, with all of that info detailing exactly what Harry and Meghan requested, this could prove incredibly problematic. But is it damaging? Well, this is my take on this, and you'd love to know what you think as ever in the comments below, because I sort of think people now know that they've told lies, that they don't necessarily stick with their brand truth, whatever you want to call it. So is it damaging? People just think, well, okay, maybe the school's a little bit miffed, maybe they didn't get out of it what they wanted. Either way, though, it does blow apart their charitable notions, their charitable foundations. And as they're looking for sponsors, people to dig deep into their Archwell Foundation, this can do a lot of damage. It just depends exactly what the school are willing to do. There are people now that have left the school since that particular episode, and money talks, as I've said many times here on the show. So for Archwell, for Meghan Markle, for Prince Harry, all of that event that was supposed to be a warm, cosy children event, all in the aid of charity, looks like fake charity is coming back literally to bite them big. It only remains to be seen exactly how far and who and what people will say. It's a developing story, and as ever, when I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.